Hey everyone, it's Anna. Thanks for joining me on my channel. I do all things meal prep, nutrition, fitness, and today I am going to be doing a bit of a challenge. I'm going to make all of my food for 3 days with only $10. Now, starting off with a recipe that I really enjoy. I'm a vegetarian, but you can do this in a lot of different ways. So I'm going to be making a vegetarian curry today. So first of all, you are going to want to get your olive oil. You need some olive oil. You're going to need some light coconut milk, just a can. Some soy sauce or tamari. And then you will need some carrots, some sweet potato, 1 sweet potato, some cauliflower, about 1 cup, half a bell pepper, green bell pepper, and 1/2 of a red onion. And then you're gonna need some curry, about 3 tablespoons of curry, and then some minced garlic and ginger. All right, so right now what I'm gonna be doing is I'm going to go ahead and heat the pan to medium. And I'm gonna put my 1 tablespoon of olive oil in there. Okay. Now I'm going to get that onion going in the pan. So I'm going to I have already pre-measured out all of my veggies and produce, and that is something that makes things so easy on you. The night before you meal prep, you can literally chop up all your vegetables and put them in little baggies and label them with what recipe you're going to do. That makes it so much easier. I'm telling you, the hardest thing and the thing that takes the longest out of meal prep is chopping the vegetables. Now, I like chopping vegetables just like everybody else, but, well, or maybe not, but it takes a long time. So save yourself some time and effort and chop them the night before, or get a chopper tool that will help you out. All right, so now that the onions are sauteing, they're getting a little more translucent, as you can see there. I'm gonna be adding in my garlic and my curry powder and my other spices right now. I'm just gonna pour that on in right there. It's gonna get all the good flavors together, kids. And once you do this, the aroma is just gonna be so fragrant. You're just gonna not even know what to do with yourself there, okay? So let that saute for about 1 more minute, and then we'll do the other ingredients. All right, so now this has been sauteing. The onions, the curry powder, and the garlic have been sauteing all together now for a few minutes. And you can see just kind of when the onion turns like clear, almost translucent, that's when you want to get going with the other stuff. So now I am going to be pouring in a whole can of light coconut milk. You can get this at any grocery store, and make sure you look in the Asian section because it's really, really hard to find otherwise. It's usually in the Asian section, and there's only a few different options, and it's a little hard to find. All right, so now I'm gonna stir that in. This is gonna give it that nice creamy consistency, nice coconut flavor into that curry, and that's making the sauce. The next thing I'm gonna be putting in there is a tablespoon of tamari, or if you don't have tamari, you can just use soy sauce. I use low sodium soy sauce. So 1 tablespoon of that, and I'll stir that in. That is gonna be creating the sauce. And I know you can't smell it, but boy, is it smelling good over here. All right, everybody, so now look at this sauce. Look how amazing that looks, right? It's looking good. Now that that's been simmering a bit, we are going to be adding in our sweet potato. That's 1 sweet potato. And you just add it all in there. You stir it in with the curry sauces. And then once you do that, you're gonna want to cover that up with a lid and let it simmer for about 5 minutes. So start your timer, it's very important. All right, everybody, so we are back. Our vegetable curry is so done and so good. Let me tell you, I did give it a try, and it's pretty darn good. If you like meat and you're not really a vegetarian or into veggies so much, I don't think that you really miss the meat in this. It's got all the great flavors of curry and everything you love about curry, just no chicken. But if by any means, you can add chicken if you'd like. All right, so let's take this over here. This is cool down. And we're gonna be meal prepping now. I get these little containers. I know I also have the meal prep containers that you buy on Amazon that have the compartments. I have the 3 compartment ones, which work well, but what I find about those 3 little compartments, the 2 are just very tiny. It's like, what do you even put in there? Sometimes I just like to use these little Tupperwares because it's like a 1 meal deal in the Tupperware. So I like to do like a base. So I've done some rice, brown rice, and brown rice, I suggest putting that on the stove before doing any of this because it takes quite a long time. You've got to boil it for like a good 40 minutes or so. And so while you're boiling that rice, then you can prep all the veggies and the seasonings and all that, and then cook that, and then this will be done. But in this case, I had already prepped this last night. I prepped this and I put it in the fridge, and it's still good to go. You can save brown rice for a long time. Okay, so I know some people like to portion theirs out. I just kind of guesstimate it. I kind of eyeball it. I don't put a ton of brown rice just because I find it to be very filling. So I kind of just coat the bottom like that, barely. So I'm gonna do that with each. Again, I think I talked about this in another video. A mistake you can make with meal prepping is to put too much portion in your container. So if you do want to measure or you're going by your macros or calories, that's a good thing to do because there is too much of a healthy food too. I mean, brown rice is a carb, but you do need it as a good carb for working out when you're working out and that type of thing. But just another thing to keep in mind is you can kind of overdo it on those kinds of things, and a little does go a long way. So put a little bit of each in each container. And if you want to watch all my other videos where I tell you how to do these simple things like boil or cook the brown rice and sweet potatoes, I have videos on all of those. And if you like my video, please subscribe to my channel and watch them as well. Okay, so now the brown rice is all in there. I'm gonna take just a little bit of curry and put it on each one. And this will go so good with the brown rice, let me tell you guys. And this way you can just kind of warm it all up, and it's just, like I said, it's like a 1 meal deal. And this portions out to about 4, and you just even them out. And I don't really like to prep a whole lot further than like 4 or 5 days. I just like my meals to be pretty fresh. If you do prep, say for 2 weeks or so, then I would prep for the first week and put it in the fridge. And then I would put the rest in the freezer. And something like this, you can freeze so easily and it'll reheat so well. I would just put it in those freezer bags, or you can freeze seal it. And then another thing I like to do is I don't have a problem mixing my food, but if you do, you can order those compartment meal prep things on Amazon. I'm just gonna add some extra veggies on the side that I can just chomp on. That way they're all in there and I don't have to worry. You can obviously do this in its own in like a little snack pack, but my boyfriend and I, we just put it all in one, and then you just have one container to worry about, one to go home. And one thing about meal prepping is you're just gonna have to get used to a lot of containers all the time, everywhere, in your car. You gotta take them home and wash them and stuff, but that's just part of the life, right? That's the price you're willing to pay to be healthy and know your budget and know what's going into your food. So I'm putting a little bit of green peppers into each. So that is your meal prep. That's your curry. And all of this is 4 meals at least. It was less than $10 for the brown rice, the veggies, the curry powder, soy sauce, and the light coconut milk. And I'll be putting that all in my description for the recipe for you. So again, if you like this and you want to subscribe, that'd be awesome. And then go ahead and take a look at my other videos. I have lots of great stuff for you there.